To the Best There Is podcast. Holy testicles with aloe vera on them. It's a weird week. Lucas is out, so basically Declan had to do a lot of the tech. Even though Lucas set it up the best he can.
Except for he plugged things in wrong.
But
the only way to fix it was to, like...
You know, Luke, it sucks because it definitely...
Speaking of which, give me a second.
It's definitely a Power Ranger thing here. Or no, it's a Spice Girls thing. Together we are stronger. That is a Power Ranger thing, actually. Were we good the whole time?
I'm just making sure because I'm hearing crackles. I don't know.
Okay, so this one might be a little different just because he has to take over a family issue. So, you know, hopefully everything's great and fine. We wish him the best.
And yell at me if there's any audio issues.
And yell at me because
It's your
Paul
phone.
was supposed to be here this week, and I got times mixed up on him. And it's just been a mess.
It's all funky.
But luckily, Tran was just hanging out anyway, so he's going to hang out with this. Until he feels like leaving, and that's fine because we're not going to
gets up
hold
in the
him
middle
to
of the podcast. Fuck this.
because I hate doing
walks
just
in.
a two-person one. I think me and Lucas did it one time, and it just didn't feel the vibe right. Normally, it's just a lot different, and so be with us. We're using a different camera. We have no lighting from Lucas, who brings us the lighting. We're using fluorescence, which everyone tells us not to use. So yeah, it all sucks. And Tran has his glasses off, and Declan feels weird. There's a character I can't think of. He takes them off, and he has just these little bitty black eyes.
There's Clark Kent, who is like the classic glasses on, glasses
But
off
there's
thing,
like
right?
I want to say is
Millhouse.
Is it Millhouse?
It's Millhouse.
Like he
It's
takes
Millhouse,
off his glasses, and they're just dots.
Me and Ernie were talking about that the other day. I've really never seen The Simpsons, like ever.
You had to grow up on The Simpsons, right?
I did.
Dude, you're just spiking the shit out of the mic. You're just so excited, and you're like that close.
No,
to the
I'm
mic.
trying to because like again, we're doing our wrestling RPG, and that one's I'm using my personal Yeti mic that Lucas told me to do, and it's just different. And I think other mics are picking up mics. So at some points I'm screaming and I don't realize it. Some points I'm far away. So right now I'm very nerve-wracked.
I should get like a
making
little,
sure.
little fucking like.
No, because like
something you
right
put
here,
there just so you know it's
it feels okay. But then if I go up here, maybe it's a little
I can
louder.
hear you fine. You just need
If I go down like this, it's really loud.
Yeah.
Then if I go like,
If you grab it and you kind of fondle it under the.
so yeah, I'm weird about the mic right now, and plus the fact that you set all this up, and it's
Dude,
nothing.
don't
against-
because it spikes it, man.
Yes, I should.
This is not.
I should keep my glasses on so I can look at the spikes on the monitor, because like, woo. See, I don't even go into red.
No, when you go to yellow, like right see where
Lucas's
this is not gonna make it in the podcast.
Lucas's cardinal rule is don't go into the red.
I know.
Just like business.
For our sake.
Stay in the black. That's why they call it Black Friday.
I guess.
Did you know
For
that?
our sake,
Did
try
you
to
know
keep
that?
it in the green.
Did you know that?
No.
That's why they call it Black Friday.
No.
Black Friday is my favorite holiday.
It's not a holiday.
I don't care. It's like my favorite day ever. I literally lately I was on
You fucking consumerist.
I go on a website called slickdeals.com. Plug. And I always try to look for new shoes, hats, and toys. And they had some Jurassic Park toys on sale. Dude, did you know they're making like a legacy collection of all the movies? So you could get Samuel L. Jackson, and he comes with his arm ripped off.
Awesome.
Well, you find those things in the NECA section, and
I don't know if it's NECA, though. They're not the greatest looking, but the fact that I could build my own Jurassic Park, like...
Are they like combine a figure too? You like
I
combine
don't know,
to
but the fact that I
T-Rex?
could, like, I'm just saying on my own, customizing a building where this person died here, and have Samuel Jackson, like Dennis Nedry comes with the Dilophosaurus in his...
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I would just want the dinosaurs, right?
No, I want the people in the horrible scenes they're in of, like, their deaths and shit.
You don't want...
That sounds gruesome, but I just think it's funny because they made those people. They made... Usually it's just the stars, and they got Ian...
Yeah, you don't want
Malcolm.
sexy Ian Malcolm.
I forgot who I read that was... Whoa.
That's what I'm
That
saying,
went in my
dude.
left ear.
You gotta be...
This is going to be very, very
You're either gonna have to
experimental.
adjust the volume on there because I can't control you. I'm not spiking anymore. He's not spiking. You're the only person I can hear spike when I
but
when I
anyways,
talk. Just gotta be less excited, you know? Calm
It's
down.
not excited. It's nerve-wracked that we have to do this. We're kind of like a sinking boat right now.
I'm
I feel
not.
like
I'm
feel like
having fun.
I feel like we're in a sinking boat. No, I'm stressed about our Paul was supposed to be here.
Should we sing some like?
And I feel bad.
Some sea shanties.
Lucas threw this on us like a day ago, but it's for something. It's for something serious, so I understand. So we're trying to like. It's like with us all not together.
We
like
just jerry rigged this boat together.
Yeah, like I said, it's like
the boat was the
we're
friends we
we're
made
stronger.
along the way.
We're stronger together.
But what are we talking about today?
Let's just do it. Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Okay, what'd you think, John?
And there isn't need to be much notes on this. It's over, so
yeah,
we just go all out. John, did you finally watch it?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
I like the ending.
Honestly, though, because I know along the way, I think you agreed with Donnie a lot about how like there were some that were boring. You're just like, yeah, I don't care.
Due to the fact it was like a series instead of a movie. Wasn't as exciting as
I had to throw a lot of empty scenes in there. I give you that. But
I just feel like they had to. So like I always tell everybody, the common story has to have the ups
you don't
and
have to tell
downs.
everybody that. Everybody learns that in like elementary school.
Not really. I actually went to a film class that they had to draw it on the whiteboard in college.
That's
so.
embarrassing.
This
is like the foundation of Western.
But they had to do that for every episode. I'd rather watch that up and down go through a whole movie instead of every episode. But I think people really hated on, especially Cap Falcon's speech, or Captain America's speech. I thought it was great. People have been sharing it like crazy. On TikTok trying to make us popular. People have been sharing it. People are like, this is what this was all about. And I do agree, like that. They're saying that's why he's Captain America. And if Captain America gave that speech, I won't lie, people wouldn't have.
I agree with you.
Criticized
that exact thought was like,
if
he didn't say anything, in my opinion, that was out of. Steve Rogers would tell all the politicians to fucking fix it, and it's not his problem how to do it. They just have to fix it. To treat everybody like that's. And Steve Rogers just would say that too. So.
And as much as they are terrorists, Steve Rogers would view them not as terrorists. Because Steve has faced real terrorism, he feels. So to him, this is...
Is Hydra terrorism or is it organized crime or conspiracy?
Oh, I think
it's probably
conspiracy.
Terrorist. No, I think it's conspiracy because they're not
I think it's both.
Yeah, they're not... But it's not like... Outside of like some of the crossbone shit, right? They're not really like blowing up places and stealing stuff. They're like literally invading the government, right?
That's...
Not really... No, it's not terrorism. Because they're not using outright fear to control people. They're just controlling it behind the scenes. I mean, we can have a whole conversation about whether being a politician makes you a terrorist. Because in some ways it does. Because that literal job application keeps them in office. The more they scare the shit out of people. Right?
Yeah.
The more they make people worry.
Like the point
and
he made.
I'm the solution to your problem.
I like the point he drove where he's like, you guys are the ones making the votes, but who's in the room with you?
Yeah.
Same exact kind of fucking people. And that's what I've been... I'm not into politics, but I got hella into it this last year or so because everything going on. Me wanting a stimulus, me wanting help with our shop. I kept up with every little thing, and I just noticed that what he said, it's like, but people are voting are the people, and if they bring more people in to help or whatever, they're the exact same fucking people. Mm-hmm. They're not like everyday people that, see the streets and what it's like. This hood,
these kids in these
people
streets.
pissing on the corner, and they just don't care. Don't push me. It's that song's raw. The stuff he talks about in there is fucking sad. But yeah, it's just I don't know. And then like, okay, me and Declan saw it together as partners.
You guys see that?
I don't know. They might have. I don't know.
We call that on the internet queer bait. It's when two straight people convince the internet to.
But what if they ship us?
That's what I mean. That's queer baiting.
Did you? What did you feel about the opening of the show? Me and Declan like almost jumped out of our chairs because I
was reclined, so I couldn't.
Well, number one,
but pretty close.
Who was it? Donnie, who is like our arch enemy of the podcast. I feel like we always bring him up because he goes against everything we say.
Isn't he the guy who said that? That Donnie's the antagonist.
He wants Donnie as the antagonist. He says that, but
I think you said that.
If people watch our. If people watch our HeroClix videos, I realize Donnie's like the villain. When I've been editing him, he's the villain that laughs when he beats you and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, someone's got to take this motherfucker down. Yeah. Watch our HeroClix videos. I'll pop a link. I'll pop a link, not on video. I'll pop a link up here for you guys to go watch HeroClix matches.
I still use his silver bullet, but
okay, so I expected him to be in the suit about halfway through or something. But in the beginning, she sees him like in the air like Batman. She's like, oh, he's here. Then he breaks through the window. Like me and Declan almost like chills. Like I jumped up. It just, like finally he's here. Were you excited they came in his suit?
Yeah, very, very excited because we were kind of like predicting that he was going to have a new look to him.
Did you like the suit though?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was very, very accurate to the costume. But people don't realize the Captain American Falcon suit has had like I think 3 versions. So everyone's like, oh, this one's like all white on top. I'm like, there is an all white version on top.
Yeah, I saw that picture the other day.
And there's actually he might look better in the blue one just because the white one's just so in your face. But I think they said they wanted that. They wanted that.
Well, if we're going to like reading way too deep into things, I saw some stuff that because the American flag, the colors of the American flag will represent different things. White represents innocence. And if you look at John Walker's Captain America suit, it never had any white on it. And Sam's is a majority white. So it's like that he's the more caring. You know, he's the more.
I mean, and who knows? I mean, I haven't seen anyone acknowledge.
I think he's way softer. And I don't mean this as a derogatory thing. I think he's softer than Steve.
I know your answer because you said this when we were watching it because I mentioned it. But I'm asking Tran. Do you now feel we can have an Avenger movie with him leading it?
No. Not yet, because he comes off as more of a defender than someone who takes charge.
So right now, if you had to pick who would be the leader of Avengers,
right now, who would be the
it's
leader
rough,
of Avengers?
dude.
Yeah,
Like we literally like went down the list, and it was like
the comic choice is Captain Marvel, but I don't think this version of Captain Marvel.
I'm really speaking of which, I'm really tired of people shitting on Brie Larson.
Yeah, even if it's not an issue of her specifically acting and who she is, the issue is more the character they built for Captain Marvel is not a team player.
She clearly worked solo, and mainly is she sees that there's bigger things going on in the world.
Well, yeah, that's like her one thing is, there's a whole universe I had to protect. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
No, but I mean, that's how she views everything. She was raised by...
Silver Surfer, relax.
And that's Silver Surfer, too, though. I mean, but she was raised as a Kree.
Yeah.
So they have a different...
Well, she wasn't raised as a Kree, remember? Because she crashed the plane as an adult.
They messed up her brain to think that or whatever, yeah. Anyways, regardless, that's what she had to work with for a while. But, yeah, so I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm ready for this guy to lead. He's like, all right, I take it all back. I'll do it. I think it's just the fact.
No, I said no.
Yeah, you did.
No, I still said no.
No.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I wish I recorded this. Because
in
that moment, you're like, dude, I was different, but, yeah, I agree.
I still don't think so.
Full of it.
No. You want to hear my reason why? Because I agree with Tran. He's not they haven't built his character to lead. We need somebody whose character is built to lead.
They're getting their own movie.
That's not an issue. I'm not talking about.
I got a couple quick points right here. Fighting style. How'd you like the fighting style with him using the jetpack, the wings?
It looks the same.
Really?
Because you can see the Batraka's just slapping him around.
But he was using the shield with it, though.
Yeah.
With the effects of the wings.
That's true, but it's fine, too, how the character is. The character's not this high-end martial artist that takes out everybody.
So I mean, he was doing some sick flips, though. He seems
but I think what John's trying to get past is he's fighting on defense, not offense.
Yeah, that's what. And what I'm saying is I don't think his character's been built to be in charge. I think we need to look at all the.
Hey, he broke through the building, was ready to go.
Doesn't matter. He's not leading a team in that. He's not telling Bucky what to do. Bucky's literally.
But I think he's got enough respect.
I just used your app, which is the best moment of the episode because Bucky finally knows how to use apps.
The respect, I think, gaining is going to be a thing.
I haven't seen him lead men or women. I haven't seen him.
Well, I think he's going to get respect from people.
And I don't doubt that he's going to get respect.
With their movie, though, I think we're going to get a good movie.
What's our candidate?
If the Russo brothers do it, we're going to get another Winter Soldier. But okay, here's my other thing I was going to throw at you guys. Do they drop the Winter Soldier moniker?
No,
they'll have to keep it.
Because my thing is the name is so well known.
What do you think he's going to be the White Wolf now?
I
saw that picture.
People were saying
it's cute, but
people were saying that, and I said, yeah. Instead of the Zack Snyder
just
restore it,
Bucky, like
make him the White Wolf. I said,
oh, that's his past.
But that's not my. Well, that's what Wakanda calls him.
Yeah,
but that would be kind of an honor to Black Panther.
You know what they should do though? They should give him the old classic Bucky Barnes costume.
And my homie made a good point. My friend on the Inner Sanctum, Check out that page, guys. Everyone talks pop culture on there. He was saying it's just a stupid sounding name. And I told him, though, I agree. But we have people call Black Panther the Falcon.
Falcon.
I remember one night being up thinking, like, I can't believe there's a wrestler called the Giant, then went on to be called a Big Show.
The Big Show.
The Big Show. But you imagine going into, like...
He's not a Big Show. He is
the
Big Show.
Okay, but I'd be like, can we get a little more creative?
It's the Big Show.
But we live in times where just names just kind of eventually just stick. And so the White
Like the Silver Surfer? It's a lot of comic books that just take out a color and a thing, right?
Yeah, and it's
Scarlet Spider, Silver Surfer.
I mean, Spider-Man. Like, how stupid does that sound?
Batman? Superman?
Like, if I created a character right now and I was like, I'm going to do Raccoon Man, everyone would be like, what the fuck? Like, that's stupid as hell. But you get used to these names. So that's what Winter Soldier is a badass name, but it was during his time of heyday of crime.
I just don't think White Wolf's a good name.
I don't think it's the greatest name, but I just want him to be called something. I don't want him to be called Bucky. Like, I don't want that.
Make him the Summer Soldier.
Just stop.
What?
Just stop.
Just make him the Summer Soldier. He's all happy now.
So anyways,
Spring Sergeant.
Spring Sergeant.
Carly thing happened. My wife felt... She's arguing with Donnie about the Carly thing. She really felt it. I get it.
No.
I understand it.
She's
I know
a terrorist.
you guys don't get it.
Deserves to burn.
You guys don't get it. I understand. I kind of
Don't get it?
The fact that
don't act like we don't get it.
It's
like we're ignorant and we're idiots. No, it's not that we did. She's not understanding. It's not that she's like for the people necessarily. She was,
but she got more and more brainwashed.
Even back then, it wasn't that she was for the people. She was for the people that were here before the snap. She's anti the people that came back on the snap. But that's the issue. The issue isn't that she's for the people. It's that she's anti somebody. And once you're anti somebody, it becomes a very dangerous territory you walk. You know, it's very the reason why we get Che Guevara and Joseph Stalin and Mao Zedong is
Falcon
because
said it was just a misguided team that we should have listened to her. And
you know how many people listen to Che Guevara? Bunch of people died.
Not
people
many.
listened to Fidel Castro. Bunch of people died.
But the issue was that the refugees that came over and stuff, like once the snap happened, I guess
they
got thrown out on the streets and this and that. So it's almost like they had to, like Falcon said, they had to figure out ways to make it work, and that goes down to the government or all that.
That I agree with.
But
with
that's
Falcon
that's what Carly was like. He's explaining what Carly was trying to do, but Carly did lose her way. And I almost felt bad when she was fighting Falcon because she had nothing left no more.
She was attacking people, period. There's no losing her way. That was her way. She was already stealing, already committing acts of violence. There's no like, oh, she went down the wrong path. She began on the wrong path.
Some people get so stuck on a cause. It's just like people of, Al Qaeda. They think they're doing right. They think they're serving their God by blowing themselves up and blowing up their building. They see no wrong in it because they're so they have more faith than many Christians have faith. And
that doesn't
make it right. No, but I'm saying some people get so deep into that. But then we get the whole Sharon thing where they all go, "Oh, you're the power broker." But here's the thing: much as we try to fight,
if we're going to talk about this, I want quadruple my pay.
Much as we try to go, well, she never acknowledged it. I read a whole article from Van Camp, is her last name. I can't remember her first name. And she was like, when they told me I'm the power broker, blah, blah, blah. So she already confirmed. I was so mad that was her as the power broker because we all knew from the beginning. And I watched pitch meetings on Screen Rant. And the first thing they say is, yeah, we're going to bring back this. Oh, then they say, then the power broker. Oh, that's going to be Agent 13, right? And it's like, no, you don't know that. And he's like, no, you're basically making it sound like it's her already. So we all knew from the beginning. But we didn't want to believe it because we're like, that's kind of a cop-out. It was too easy to have her as the power broker.
It's like how do you have Tony? How did you have Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to get a new actor and you had to make and introduce a new character. I'm sick of this bullshit of them like, at least with Agatha, they brought a new actress in, and with Contessa, they brought a new actress. But I just think making her the power broker is a bad choice. I think it would have been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to introduce any number of characters.
Oh, just another actor.
But any number of characters, dude.
That makes me happy.
It could have been literally anybody from like Osborne to fucking like
Osborn, I think
the
they're saving
Jackal
for a bigger
right?
thing.
Some low level fucking thing. But
Or-
it could have been a new character.
Or you could have left out Power Broker in general.
Or
and
she
it
could have
been
pretend.
fun.
Like I said, it would have been better if she was like, "I'm the power broker," and then it turns out she's not. Maybe they Mandarin it.
Switch.
Maybe they Mandarin
Right.
it in like 5 years from now.
I mean, who knows? They may do it, but as of right now, like I said, we were like, well, she never confirmed it. They all called her it, but she never said yes.
that's what I'm saying. But they
and
could
then,
also be like,
and then she's doing the interview I read, and my heart dropped. I was like, man, she's saying like, yeah, when I was the power broker, they told me I'm gonna be the power. I'm like, oh god. That was probably the biggest letdown of it, but I'll get to the great stuff soon. So we did have Countess show up.
Contessa.
Jesus.
She's.
Can I call her Val? I know she don't want to be called Val.
No,
I'm gonna call
don't
her
call
Val.
her Val. Call her Elaine.
What
if
is she?
anything.
What is she doing? We got to see a pimp ass U.S. agent, all black. It's just the same outfit but black. But what is she doing? She says our boy Zemo just got these people blown up,
Her name is Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
and then she's like,
Contessa.
"You look
Valentina
good.
Allegra de Fontaine.
You're my U.S. agent." What is she putting together?
Thunderbolt team.
I don't know.
I think I do. Or that, or a government-run superhero team.
God,
I kind of see her as like Dr. Carla Sofin, maybe
who?
Moonstone.
Oh, damn! He went back.
Damn, he did, and he used the actual character's name
he
instead
went
of just saying the.
He hit me. Moonstone would be hella cool. Like, I don't mind when they merge characters as long as they do it right. Like, doing Whiplash as Crimson Dynamo was okay with me because they're both so but then they fucked up that character. Characters. They fucked up that plot in that movie. So I don't mind if they made her this person and then she's actually ends up being the Moonstone origin. But that would be interesting. I don't know where we can go because
Like I said, maybe.
I don't know what's next. We have Black Widow. Are we going to get answers in Black Widow?
What are some government-sponsored superheroes?
Dark Avengers, kind of.
No, I mean specifically characters that are like at least like besides Steve Rogers, who are tied to the
like
government.
I don't know,
Was
dude.
Invaders government?
Invaders might have been.
But we can't use the Human Torch. We
Yeah,
can't use
or
Namor.
Namor.
No, we have the Human Torch now.
But they're not going
But they're not
to use those.
We
for
got.
that. And we're not going to
in
get
the first
ro-
Iron Man. You see him. You see the Human Torch.
No way.
Swear to God.
Like, are we talking about like 1940s Human Torch?
Yeah,
Do you think we're going to get that as a thing?
No, but you do at the Stark
Come
Expo.
on. Come on, maybe.
Everyone knows this.
Asbestos, man.
If you watch Easter eggs back in the day, but you probably were just getting into it back then. But if you watch the Stark Expo, there is a clip where you see a guy in a tube and he like fires up and he's it's John Hammond.
Is it so it's a robot?
Yeah, it's John Hammond.
Yeah. Cool.
It's cool, but it's like we all want him. I just want flashbacks with Invaders.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can't wait for Namor.
Namor.
It's sad
Submariner.
with Wakanda with Chadwick. It's sad with all that because it's like we had a perfect story set up. Atlantis gets Wakanda. Oh God, my penis
But
can
there's-
only take so much.
Thing is, there's only so many Atlantean characters that I care about.
It's not even that. How many
There's one.
Wakandian characters do you
I
care
like
about?
Shuri. I like Okoye. I like Ayo.
I think they made you like them more once we saw them.
I
on
like
film.
Everett.
Everett was the shit.
Dude, Everett is. That's
He's the Hobbit.
Yeah, that's oh my god, not the Hobbit. He's
he's
one of the Hobbits. He's Bilbo Swaggins.
Yeah,
He's young
Swaggins.
Bilbo Swaggins.
What?
You never heard that before? Bilbo Swaggins?
No, but that's still good. But the good stuff in the episode, I think it was weird because by the time we got to the middle, I kept telling you, check the time on this. Like, we got hella action. That the helicopter scene. I seen some people bitching about it. Oh, what like Screen Rant thing was like, oh, he just happened. There's someone down there that flew, and I was like, it worked for me. I didn't care. It was a cool action scene. I liked that all going on, but after all that,
Venture Guards, by the way.
after all that, I think people like our arch enemy Donnie was like, did everyone have to get this? And like Bucky, I told him, he's like, the Bucky thing was stupid. I thought it was cool because the
what
whole
Bucky thing?
him talking to the Asian man.
Yeah. Well, we needed that closure because it was set up.
And that's what I
first
said. And then
episode.
him giving the psychiatrist his book. And
I just
saying,
feel bad for it because Bucky lost a friend.
he did, but
Looks like it, at
he
least.
had to get. I told him, like, his story had to get a full circle from the beginning to the end. It's been about him changing. And he's like, oh, it's been more about Falcon. I'm like, I get that. But Winter Soldier also had a little story going on, and it was about him getting on the right track, making the right decisions. And he did through the whole thing. He held Sam back at times when Sam... I just think of the John Walker fight where John Walker is getting his ass whooped. He's like...
You don't want to do this.
No, before that,
Yeah,
where he fights the Wakandans, and he's like, Buck, we should do something. He's like, he's got it. You're doing great, John. He's getting his ass whooped.
Then they take his arm off.
Yeah. I
Also,
think Bucky was great.
How much would I bet they put a fail-safe in Falcon's suit, too? The whole suit just fall apart. His wings just fall apart.
That'd be all bad. But no, like, I think that was a cool thing. They had to give him a full circle recovery, and it made him a better character. It made him a better person more than anything. And him giving the psychiatrist, you see the wall, and I'm like, why do the wall look so ugly? I'm like, oh, yeah, this was that trippy scene in the first episode where they do those high shots of them, like, arguing back and forth.
They're in that room.
And basically, he got his closure. It looked like everyone was crossed off the list, but, Sam had that talk with him, just talked to that one person. And I don't know if he did everybody or not, but regardless, I think it was a good story. And people are like, oh, I don't know if that was needed in there. I'm like, I don't feel like it was filler. I felt like it was a good story for Winter Soldier to get his due.
Well, Winter Soldier had his due in the Winter Soldier movie. That was his best right there.
Right.
Well, that's when he's the Winter Soldier, though.
Yeah.
Now he's not mind-controlled.
Yeah.
And he has, like, 0 lines in that fucking movie, so... Why do you stare so much?
I'm glad they didn't go real crazy with Falcon, like just like owning everybody. He was still human. That he just showed real good perseverance,
Grit, true grit
of what he believed in and what
and
he
good
was fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
Good conscience, good calls, not going too crazy. Almost like how you would have to be when you're not a Winter Soldier or not a super soldier. Because like you have to make the right decisions because you could get your face blasted off in a way.
Are we going to talk about
and then real quick, the Isaiah part got everybody. Declan folded up on a recliner, was like, "This is getting me, man."
Dude, old people being sad breaks my heart.
You're like, "This is getting me."
It's no offense to any old people out there, but you are the saddest community because you're old and there's not much time left.
You hear what he's saying about you, John?
And all your friends and family are slowly leaving you. And
no, you're
sucks.
leaving them usually. But,
right
but no, I get what you're saying because they start getting families and start ignoring them. You don't visit grandma and grandpa as much. But hey, he's got
trouble with buttons.
Calling you saying, "I don't know how to get this remote to
Can
work."
you come in here and wipe my ass for me?
What's the name again of?
I don't know. Are you gonna ask me?
Patriot. Who? From the Young Avengers. His not because Isaiah is Eli. I was gonna look it up. But yeah. So they're using the kid a lot. So I'm still concerned if they're gonna make him.
Why are you concerned about that?
Because I'm not concerned.
No. Ernie's fine with one black man being Captain America, but 2 men?
He's not Captain America. He's Patriot.
I know.
But I have a feeling he's gonna. If they do show something, you'll have a cool moment of Elijah.
He just catches
Isaiah. I'm sorry.
Being proud of his boy.
No, going in the closet, pulling out the old school, the triangle, whatever.
The triangle shield.
The triangle shield that he had to use.
I brought him.
But that scene, at least everyone I know, if they didn't like the show or not.
Are you tearing up right now?
No. Oh, dude,
take a faded breath.
I watch it the next day with my wife because she always watches the next day. Now she can't stay up at midnight, and I told her I can't wait anymore. WandaVision got me fucked.
Half the time it's me calling you and being like, "Dude, did you watch it?"
I know, but I have to watch
about it for 4 hours, even though I got work the next day.
So she was tears flowing, and it's like everyone I talked to, even haters, all loved that.
Him and Zemo are the best part of the show.
All love that part. Zemo had a small part, but it was such a chef kiss. How fucking well it was done to give Zemo his send off. Which we're not done with Zemo. It looks like
we both didn't know who that was at first.
Yeah, it's his butler that blew up that thing, and that's the cool part because I was kind of like,
what's that butler getting paid?
I don't know.
Because
Zemo's got money.
He's
dude.
doing more than Alfred does.
You saw Zemo living the high life, dude.
Yeah.
I want to be on his team. I don't care. He dances. He parties. Gives kids
I didn't
candy.
know that was his butler that blew up the...
Really? Yeah.
So
Okay.
some people were like, was it Steve Rogers? I was like...
I thought it was some old Hydra goon.
That's what I was thinking
That's
at
what we both
first.
thought.
And then we looked into it. But That moment they put them all in there, and he's like, one world, whatever. And I'm like, oh, dude, we just wrapped up the whole story. The girl's dead. There's like 4 of you guys. We don't know who you are. And then they blew him up. I'm like, thank God, because I didn't want to go back to the Flag Smashers. And it was a good way to get, I think, fans to be like, okay, we're not going to deal with it, because I don't think we saw that coming.
And it prevented Bucky and Falcon from killing anybody directly. See, Bucky didn't have to get his hands dirty this whole fight.
Oh, yeah. What are we thinking about John Walker coming back to help them fight? People are like, he redeemed himself. And I'm like,
I didn't think he quite redeemed himself.
He's got a ways to go.
But he seemed better.
A lot of pat backing.
He made the right decision.
A lot of pat backing.
Back
patting.
patting.
A lot of from Bucky to White Falcon, from Bucky to...
You mean... You just said White Falcon.
Oh, I'm all messed up.
From Bucky to Captain America.
Yes.
And from
John to
Bucky. To Batman?
To Batman.
Yeah, Batman came out... Dude, you guys should have watched the episode. Batman came out of nowhere.
You guys are great.
You guys are doing good.
I gotta get back to Gotham. This place is pretty boring.
Batman, this is New York. It's basically Gotham.
Dude, Gotham's fucked up.
Yeah, Gotham's like weird.
Watch the Gotham TV show, how stupid it is, where there's crime on every corner.
I know we're not supposed to talk, but I do want to take a quick tangent. Gotham's the weirdest comic book city, right?
Yeah.
It's like out of time.
Dude, if you live there, they wouldn't probably insure anything you have.
But there's like still big business. It's still no one like there are people like even in like the Dark Knight Returns the comic, people are still living there.
It just makes sense.
Like, what the hell?
Like when No Man's Land happened and the earthquake and it like shattered to all the
I
different...
want to go to Metropolis, get myself a better
They couldn't get off the
superhero.
island, and it's like once everything got back to normal, I'm like, babe, we're moving.
Yeah.
Like I had to be in
Let's go to Central City.
I had to be in Two-Face's
That guy's
crew.
hella fast, dude.
You had to be in the Iceberg Lounge waiting.
Dressed
with
as
the
a penguin.
Yeah. We're over this. We can go to Central City. We can go a lot of different places.
I heard Coast City's got a sweet Green Lantern package. Sounds great.
Because like here we can't get anything insured.
All we got is this mortal man protecting us.
Every job I have is getting robbed by like a Joker every week or something.
Everybody wears black.
Yeah.
There's for
some reason the sun's never fucking out.
There's a bunch of orphans running around in costumes. It's crazy.
Like I don't get why the weather never changes here. It's just
it's miserable. But yeah, John Walker was great.
Like Seattle.
He made the right decision.
He did.
He saw
I
Carly
just,
and
again,
we both were like, oh.
Carly! When he does that, I thought it was Falcon at first. I'm like, why is he so hyped up? But then when it was John Walker.
But when he catches the car and tries to...
But what movie is it where they're like, something, they call the person's name and they're like walking to them like, gonna have a showdown? And I felt like, oh, this is gonna be raw. But
it's that classic Bane meme with the pink guy.
Yeah.
Where they're like walking like that at each other.
But, yeah, that John, I don't know, man. And then, then we saw his future. It's with the government. I don't know if it's with the government, though. I don't think she works with the government.
His name is U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
It's probably on his fucking
But that's
badge.
propaganda to use that
It's
against
all
people.
propaganda.
I don't know. But other than that, I just don't know where we're going. I don't know what the movie would do.
Sharon's back in the United States, and she's going to sell technology to whoever.
And like I said, okay, so the new thing they said, first thing...
Could have made the manager and the power broker.
First thing, that would have been tight.
Could have made Osborn.
That would have been tight to tie it into broker. 10 Rings.
Could have made...
but it's weird because first thing I was like, oh, she's got to be a Skrull, dude. Like, she's not herself. The way she talked about the super soldier serum... She acted like it was cool and new, and I'm like, dude, she's known about this forever.
Yeah, her eyes too, and in some parts,
yeah,
really
it's just
shifty.
She just didn't seem like herself, but everyone's like,
you got shifty eyes.
Everybody's like, if you're a fucking dude went and fucked your aunt and went back in time, and you might be that way too. I don't know, but everyone's now saying Skrull. You know, her being
there's only enough cap to go around. I mean, Steve Rogers to go around for everybody.
Her being a Skrull is the new Mephisto's behind it all. So I feel like even if she was a Skrull right now, Marvel's going to change it. That's what I worry about. Marvel's like, nope, we're not going to let the people be right, because everyone was right about her being the power broker, and it didn't shock anyone.
Yep.
We didn't want it to be that way.
Nope.
We were like, it's probably...
I kept saying that. I was like, I know it's going to be her, but I don't want it to be her.
But it's because it's like you said, it's a lazy writing cop-out.
It just sucks.
But like she went to Madripoor, like what? That's how you got off the grid. And
You don't need like 50 returning characters. It can be one new character.
and out of everybody that would have got
I
rid,
mean, we got Blastar.
that'd be fucking weird.
But no, I mean, we got. I'm saying new characters. We got Blastar.
Oh,
But he's dead.
not Blastar.
Not Blastar. I'm sorry.
Blastar's
Battlestar.
from like
Yeah,
Annihilation. I
Fantastic
thought
Four.
I was like, what? Battlestar.
Yeah, Nihilus just comes out of nowhere and just all his.
Oh,
fucking
that
blood
show would have
dies.
got turned up. But yeah, so I don't know.
Ooh, let's. I kind of want to see Nihilus as the bad guy, of the Fantastic Four movie.
They're
rather,
saying they
rather than
might because
Galactus.
Negative Zone.
I do that.
I don't want Galactus yet. Galactus should come way later.
Yeah,
I just don't know how to do Galactus. People are like,
make him a giant purple guy.
Fantastic Four 2, he was a swarm, but I was like, that makes sense for it to
No,
be
make
like
him
a
giant
plague.
purple guy.
How
Yes.
does that work? He walks through space and is like, I'm hungry.
It's the Marvel universe.
I don't want that.
No, he just drains the light, but you gotta.
but
make
you can
him-
just see a huge guy walk around through space.
He floats.
Through all of the world, we can see him.
If you got a Galactus, would you want the comic book Galactus, a giant purple man?
Not yet.
But
no,
would you-
no, no.
if
He's
you got
saying
a
the
Galact-
look.
If Galactus was coming, how would you want Galactus to look?
Big old giant thing. Just.
But it doesn't
sucking
make
up
sense.
everything.
Like,
It doesn't matter. It's the Marvel universe. Things cannot. We've seen Celestials. They're giant people already. They exist. You know, nowhere is inside of a giant celestial head, right? And Galactus is not directly a celestial, but he's parallel to them.
I just don't want it to start with Silver Surfer as his herald. I'm hoping it starts with,
Terrax.
well, I'm hoping it's after Silver Surfer like breaks free. So it's not him doing his bidding. We already saw that in Fantastic Four. I'd rather it be Silver Surfer coming to the aid of us, going like, yeah, this is my old boss. Fuck him. We need like, I'll help you guys. That's why he's helping Earth.
Only
Just
if he
'cause
goes through his surfboard.
That was a sick
That's
move.
the sickest
That was
scene.
a sick move.
And the storytelling abs. When they have him pinned up and he needs to tell Sue a story, his abs start to transform. And make
He
him
was
pictures.
so into Sue. I mean, I don't blame him, but
I mean, yeah.
But anyways, that was Falcon Winter Soldier. I think overall great season. I understand people having down moments during the other episodes, but I think they wrapped it up great. That's the biggest thing for me is telling the whole story. Again, I think it'd be better if it was a movie, but it looks like they got that idea because they're not looking to do another season. They're looking to do a movie. So hopefully that'll go. I don't know what they'll do with that. It's going to set up through these all other movies. So who knows? Or these other shows. So who knows?
Speaking of movies,
Mortal Kombat.
better movies. Scandalous.
All right, everybody. Sorry to interrupt you if you're watching the podcast. If you're not, I get it. You're just trying to see who won, but I really appreciate it if you did watch it. That means a lot to me. Talking about Winter Soldier, and then we're jumping into Mortal Kombat next, which is a great discussion. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and comments and stuff. And we take people in the future podcast. But anyways, that's not why you're mainly here. It's for these wheels for the pre-release kits. So it is pretty simple. I've done these before. I haven't ran them myself, but I've done them on the opposite side. Normally, it starts picking people and it knocks them out. When it knocks them out, it goes all the way down to the final one. It's weird. It got me really confused the first time I did it. But we're not going to do that. It's just going to be the first person it picks. So, when we get the pick, we're going to, post about where to watch it. And if they don't contact me, I'll contact them after the podcast airs. The podcast will be on Friday, which you'll be watching it today. So then after that weekend, if no one contacts me, I will contact them. But it gives everybody a chance to kind of go check it out for themselves. All right. So I just clicked the Twitter. Twitter. Let's get a little bit clear because I've kind of messed around with this with the camera in it. Oh, last time we did better. There we go. So there's everybody's names. We have them all in there twice. So they get better chances. Because it's such a small group, they're feeling pity for me. Twitter wasn't that many. So we're going to press the middle button. And when we do, it will start spinning. And whoever it lands on is the winner. And that'll be for the pre-release kit for the Twitter group. So Matt Boyle is the winner. Now, if Matt, I somehow can't get a hold of, but I think I'll be able to get a hold of. I'm just going to do a backup just in case. And it'll be David. So, Matt's the winner. And hopefully he'll check out this podcast. And he'll see who wins. And, yeah, contact me. And I'll get it to you. And if not, I'll try to reach you. So this one, they didn't double it up. Because we have at least a good amount on the Facebook. Not as many as I would like, but we're growing, so whatever. I like this, so I want to do fun things. So let's go. The winner chicken dinner is Michael Warner for the pre-release kit. And then, if we can't get a hold of Michael, or Michael can't get a hold of us, Matt Boyle will be the backup there. So that would be kind of a weird quinkadink if can't get a hold of Matt, and then we need to get a hold of him again. So hopefully everybody gets a hold of everybody. So Michael Warner, congratulations on the Facebook. And I'm already forgetting who won the Matt Boyle won the pre-release kit from the Twitter. All the kids know the Twitter. And then Michael Warner won it from Facebook. So, there you guys go. Michael Warner and Matt Boyle. Haven't seen you guys that much. Matt, I think, was there for pre-release. But, yeah, so that's the winners there. Now we go back to the podcast. Again, we talk Mortal Kombat. Appreciate if anyone stayed around just to listen to us while you're pooping, while you're driving, pooping and driving. Check us out. It'd mean the world to me. And I could do more giveaways. I think doing it through the podcast and other videos we do will help. And yeah, so we're going to be doing things. And, you know, we always tell people that, you know, if they don't collect magic, we can figure out other things and stuff like that. And we'll do it for other stuff. So anyways, that will do it. So thank you guys very much. Have a good one. And enjoy the rest of the podcast, hopefully. Bye. See you in a second. Maybe.
Mortal Kombat. I don't
Test your might.
even.
Mortal
New
Kombat.
character. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the rest of this section? First fight scene, yay or nay?
No, I just
Yay.
wanted to know how you guys felt like Cole. The opening of that movie
His
was
name should start with a
so
K, by the way.
beautiful.
It was good.
It was so beautiful how it was shot, how it looked. Homeboy creating his first get over here weapon. What's that weapon called?
That's a kunai.
Kunai with
That
the rope.
specifically is a gardening tool.
Is it?
Yeah.
It-
You got to remember,
I'm s-
Scorpion kicked Sub-Zero's... Spoiler. Scorpion kicked Sub-Zero's ass with a gardening tool.
I mean, I've seen.
Gardening tool.
I mean, people use all kinds of weird shit, but in
But
the
yeah,
world,
there's no.
it sounds like a man from Florida.
That
story.
weapon doesn't exist until Scorpion exists. Nobody
But
has ever had a throwing spear like that.
it was sick. He tore up people. I love the opening.
Sorry, Gamma.
Not like that's tied to a rope that you pull people with. No one's ever used a rope. Usually it's used to get up somewhere, or you're just throwing it. You're not returning it back to yourself like that. Or you use the, what's the one where you have the weight at the end and the scythe blade at the tip?
Yeah, sorry, Gamma.
Yeah, that's a whole different weapon.
Okay.
Because you're not like throwing it. You're swinging it to slice,
It's
right?
sad.
Yeah, but he's still pulling it back.
Yeah, but it's not like you're throwing it through him, and like there's no way that weapon works because the second you throw it through and pull him back, like if you're strong enough to pull him, you're just gonna pull it right back through him. Like the fact it sticks into people is just like suspension of disbelief, right? If Lucas was here, he'd be like, "Fuck that,
Fuck physics.
fuck physics." Well, fuck physics. Lucas would be like, adhere to physics.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck that guy.
But no, I think it'd work. Throwing
No.
it if it's stuck in him and you pull it out.
No,
fast
it's not
enough.
hooked.
Yeah, it's not hooked.
Okay, but if it stabs him, you pull it back out.
It's gonna just come back out.
yeah. So
That's
how
what I'm
was it
saying.
working
You
before?
can't pull anybody to you.
Oh, yes.
So even if you,
I don't think he ever used it like that, did he? Did he ever pull anyone?
Yeah,
to
he
him?
pull.
He did the get over.
That's his gimmick. That's his
I
thing.
get that when he has the chain one, but
he doesn't have the chain one when he shows up in the
I
later
know.
thing. He has a rope
No,
one.
he has a chain
no,
one.
it's
When-
just
when
the
he's
same one.
from hell.
I think it's the same one. I think it's just a fancy one.
No.
Regardless, even if it was chain, he wouldn't be able to pull it back. There's no hook. There's nothing to actually like. It's all suspension of disbelief. Like I said, we're just having this conversation because we're cool about it. If Lucas was here, he'd be like, "That ruined the movie."
Again, a lot of movies you got to do that, especially this movie.
Yeah, that's why I always say it was.
So I was like, I thought they're gonna do when we saw the making behind the scenes. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna make not a cheesy Mortal Kombat movie, and people go, what do you expect? It's a Mortal Kombat movie. It's gonna be cheesy. To an extent, but I could do the disbelief thing and have just like I watched fucking Batman Begins or whatever.
Batman Begins is a really good movie though.
No, but there is suspension of belief though. There's stuff that's like, how did Batman do this?
In every comic, but that's like comic book movies, right?
And this is the same thing, but for me, it was just a poor story and just poor acting. But you guys could tell me differently.
You really don't like Kano that much?
Kano, I think you guys ruined it for me because you guys were saying all the jokes already beforehand. But
got lazy eyes.
But he was all right.
He
was all right. But people like the old Kano. They said better.
No.
But the only thing is, I don't know.
This is a typical asshole.
I mean, he did a good job, but he had like one-liners that people liked.
But like, it was like, we got a good variety of characters. I mean, like we got Cabal. That's kind of crazy.
Okay, that's one thing I was gonna say.
Best costume design in the whole movie.
Do you think they used enough characters? That's what my thing is.
They used the weird characters too. And like that chick with the wings, I didn't think she was canon. I looked it up. She is. She's from
for like
Deadly Alliance.
2 minutes.
She gets cut up by.
That's like I'm trying to explain to my wife about scenes. She's like, "Do you think Logan can watch it?" I'm like, "Well, the blood's not much." I go, but
I told you Logan can't watch this movie. You were like, "Yeah, Logan could probably watch it," and I was like, "I've seen it. You cannot have him watch it."
What I'm gonna tell Logan is, I'm gonna let you watch this.
You shouldn't let him watch it.
No, but once it gets to the point where you're like covering your eyes or something, I'm turning it off.
Like Kung Lao's hat cutting someone in half.
Yeah. So I was like, Goro's stomach falls.
That's a little
falls
much,
out, and that chick you're talking about, she gets buzzsawed like a piece of meat through, and you see her split straight. You can learn a lot about the anatomy with Mortal Kombat.
It's called vivisection.
So you guys did feel like
I found out about that last.
There was enough characters.
I think so.
I felt like lizard or reptile.
You can't even say the name right.
I know.
I didn't say all the designs and all the characterizations were great. Because lizard. I hate
Reptile?
you. Right? Fuck you.
Did you watch it, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
So what'd you think when you saw Reptile come out as a Velociraptor?
He's not a Velociraptor.
Dude,
do you even know what a Velociraptor looks like?
People, in real life, they're supposed to be like this short, feathered, like a chicken.
They're the size of a chicken. That you think? How many chickens have you seen that are this big?
I've seen some big cocks. No, but people are saying they're tired of this. They're showing a bunch of clips in movies that people always have like this lizard type villain characters, and just a lot of.
Why are we like demonizing lizards?
I don't know,
but
like
it's
a cheap way to do.
That's what the fucking lizard men that run the fucking government want you. They want you to be on their side. They want lizards' rights. Fuck those guys.
Exactly. They're among us.
I'm talking to you. I'm going Alex Jones on this podcast, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me calm down.
Chemicals in the water to the frickin' frogs.
Let me calm down. No, but I think, they should just made him look like Reptile without being a reptile yet.
He could still be a reptile. He could still have like scaly skin.
Yeah, but with the mask.
With the mask on. He could be a humanoid reptile.
If I wrote that,
not like those.
Someone said this. Oh wait, right here it says he's a big ass lizard. I'd be like, I don't want to do that.
It's not like humanoid reptiles don't.
Yeah, it was kind of goofy.
No, it's like human reptiles like don't exist.
Where did he come
from?
Where did he come from?
Outworld.
He just came through.
There's a bunch of different places in Outworld. It's like Earth. It's got like different climates.
Where did he come from in the house when he attacked them?
I don't know. He probably just Shang Tsung probably teleported him out there. He went invisible and he snuck up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like Shang Tsung teleporting people.
And
makes sense to me.
The next thing I was going to tell you guys is how many characters do you think were done right?
Cabal, Kano, Jax. I don't mind Liu Kang.
No.
People just think the other guy's better, and I'm like, don't shit on this guy. He does
sucks.
But the thing is, he doesn't suck compared to Raiden.
Raiden was so boring.
Compared to Kung Lao, which is the worst character in this movie. Can I take a quick rant on Kung Lao?
You know who he is in Dark Knight, right?
I don't care. He's a calculator or whatever.
Yeah, but how he's
I'm talking about Kung Lao here.
He had no intimidation.
I know.
It bugged me so much.
We're talking about Kung Lao here, bro.
He was most intimidating during that dinner scene, honestly, where he was just going back and forth with Kano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we on Liu Kang? He's the
guy. He went
back,
yeah.
But he's the guy from Batman, right? Or is Kung Lao the guy from Batman? Or Shang Tsung the guy from Batman?
Shang Tsung is.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Main villain.
Okay.
The guy from Batman.
I want to talk about Kung Lao.
Okay.
Because Kung Lao
Kung Lao's hat guy, correct?
Yeah, in every addition to the game is a cocky asshole who's the ancestor.
Spoilers,
of
Ed.
He was the ancestor of some legendary fighter called Kung Lao. And
He got
like,
a couple sweet scenes.
but Liu Kang is what I mean is Liu Kang is usually his role. He's usually the wiser one. He's usually the one who's like he's Raiden champion, like continually. He is the champion of Earthrealm. Liu Kang's this dumbass sidekick who thinks he's all hot. He's that guy who thinks he can get with any girl, but all the girls are really grossed out by him.
Even if he brings out fire.
That's Liu Kang. I'm talking about Kung Lao. Liu Kang is usually the calm, collected guy.
Oh, you're
who's
saying
in
Kung
charge.
Lao thinks he can get all the girls.
Kung Lao's a cocky asshole because he's like so bent on his like legacy, right? And he's like the ancestor of the great Kung Lao, and he's like thinks he's all smooth and shit when he's really just kind of a loser. And he's clearly the second to Liu Kang. In this movie, they make him like in charge, right? They make him really relevant, and then he like gets like offense in, and like he's like the most capable, appears to be the most capable fighter, right? And it's like, but that's not even close. Like it's like you have a character in Liu Kang that could have fit that role, and you just switched him, and I'm like, why? At all? Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
It's just weird. Like I said, the story was, we got an MMA dude. He's got the mark. He meets up with, who does he meet up with first?
Jax.
Oh yeah, he
attacked
saves
at, like,
them.
the ice cream place.
And they had to give him a wife and kid, which is really odd storytelling.
He looked kind of young to me. At first, I thought it was either his friend.
I thought that was his mom. She's
Yeah.
not old.
Yeah, his mom and his little sister.
She's not old,
No,
but
that's
I
his-
thought that was his
That
mom.
guy just looks hella
and
young.
I thought it was his sister, like John said.
I thought it was like his friend or something. Like they were orphans or some shit. Like that. Most of the time when they introduce a new character, they make
it's
him an
like,
orphan.
okay, I need to go on this quest. They go meet up with
It's not really go meet on the
Kano.
quest. They're like, he's like, I'm being attacked by a
Kano
Iceman.
and
Can I get
Sonya.
some help?
No, they tell him we got to go to this temple. They go to the temple,
Well, yeah.
and there's no story there. They're just like, hello, I'm so and so. I'm so and so. What do we do now? And it's like, we train. And it's like they train. They get invaded. They fight them. They're like, okay, what do we got to do? We need to be prepared for when they come back.
Kung Lao gets killed by Shang Tsung. He gets your soul is mine.
I love this part. That's
Yeah,
what Cabal's like.
I love the scream. This part's great.
See, I don't know much about Cabal.
Cabal's
but
barely in it.
His suit looked kind of cosplay to me.
No, literally lives in an iron lung.
I get it.
Like he gets burnt.
He looks
and
like he can't
scarred,
really
and
fight in that.
He's
suit.
Stryker's partner. Stryker's the cop. You ever seen the Mortal Kombat the cop guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's Stryker's partner. Kano puts him in an iron lug. He loses his memory. Starts working for
But
Kano.
Kano's his
Then he
homie, though, right?
He starts working for Kano. When he loses
I didn't
his
think
memory,
Kano was going to turn, even though like
Kano
that,
always
he's a
turns.
bad guy.
Kano turns the first game. That's his thing. He works.
I
for
just
Earthrealm
figured
and then
that's going to be so.
turns.
That's
'Cause
going
he
to be
ends up working
so
with Shang Tsung.
so predictable if he turns.
No Quan Chi.
But
That bummed me out. I was expecting to at least see an image of Quan Chi when we saw like Quan Chi's the guy. He's like the sort. He's like the Shang Tsung of the Underrealm, which is like I think it's Underrealm. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, it's Underrealm. No, it's Netherrealm. He's like the evil sorcerer of the Netherrealm, right? And he's the guy who gives Scorpion his powers. Remember I was telling you this on the phone?
Mhm.
Gave you that whole long thing.
Mhm.
But the movie I'd like to see,
yes,
which is a Batman Superman movie with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. In the Doomsday of the movie is Noob Saibot. That's a whole thing. I was expecting to see him like appear behind him, even in like a fiery form, and get a hint at Quan Chi because I like Quan Chi. I like his design. He's like way more like voodoo than like Shang Tsung. I like Shang Tsung.
The prequel that we see to the movie that I enjoyed a lot, the fight. So this happens in the lore. Scorpion actually does die.
Yeah,
and goes to hell.
He gets killed by Sub-Zero.
And he's supposed to go.
He gets killed by Bihan Sub-Zero.
Is he supposed to go to hell? Why does he go to hell? Is he a bad person?
Yeah, he's a ninja. He's an assassin.
I mean, the merc with the mouth is also kind of the good
He's
guy.
gonna go to hell.
So he goes to hell, but
There's really no story where Deadpool goes to hell. There's got to be a story
I
where
think there
Deadpool
is,
goes to
yeah.
hell.
So when he comes, oh yeah, there is stuff with Mephisto. When he comes back, though, how
They're
is he?
red. I wonder if
How is he
Deadpool made
able to
that
come
reference.
back?
What?
Scorpion. How is he able to come back?
He's given powers by Quan Chi. Quan Chi's sort of like the sorcerer who's in. He has like a whole army
so
of
why
undead
is
revenants.
he Ghost Rider?
He's a revenant.
Is he being a good guy when he comes back?
No,
Because from the old movies,
he
like,
is the spirit
Sub-Zero
of
was more of the
vengeance.
good guy. I remember in the second movie, he saves them and
They're
helps them.
both bad guys.
But remember in the second movie,
just
Sub-Zero.
because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you have to be
Sub-Zero
bad
saves
guy.
the group in the second movie, Annihilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that movie doesn't like follow the canon
Yeah,
of
it
the
doesn't
games.
follow anything.
Like I told you, man.
Dude, and I'm
There's
sorry.
an evil Sub-Zero who gets tricked by Quan Chi to kill Scorpion's clan. Scorpion goes to the Nether Realm, gets powered by Quan Chi, comes back during like the 9th martial arts tournament, which is the first game of Mortal Kombat, kills. He
People
kills
were mad
Sub-Zero.
about there was no tournament in this, and like I told Crystal, my wife, I was talking to her about it, explained to her because she was talking about Logan watching it. That to me, that's actually a kind of cool idea to do pre the tournament.
The thing is, they did that in the video games.
But they need to do it right.
They did it in the video games.
What before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And they try to just like fuck with the rules all the time. You know.
Can I just say, for much as people shit on the old ones, I think the old ones had cool fights and cool bits. When Scorpion and
Johnny Cage.
Who is it? Johnny Cage when they're
First
in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
stupid.
And he has the hand, and
That's
it comes
the
out.
dumbest looking thing ever.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
And how Johnny Cage got to like run around the woods
That's
to try to make
stupid.
Get out of here.
It's stupid. That's the stupidest thing for Scorpion is to have this weird.
What's his generation called? Z? Or
X.
Z? X. Fuck Generation X.
Sorry.
X gonna give it to you. Rest
Actually,
in
we are
peace.
Generation Z, but I want to say X because throwing the X up like Des Bryant, baby.
I enjoyed a lot of those fights in the old ones.
You're
Same as
crazy.
I enjoy the fights in these ones.
I'm not saying the old ones have fights,
This,
but
the story
she
is
literally,
god awful.
Katana literally tells Liu Kang to throw a bucket of water on Sub-Zero, which makes no sense to defeat Sub-Zero
Oh, there's a scene
because he just wouldn't freeze the water. The water's coming at him. He's just not gonna freeze it. Like what the fuck?
at the end of the movie when they're walking off.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
When she's like, use the element that gives life.
when they're
to
walking
defeat him
off
or some shit
when they're
like that. I'm
walking
like, what
off
the fuck?
the ice, you can see it's all fabric. How their feet are on it. It's just bad. It's a
And then
bad.
you get the giant Shao Kahn at
it's
the end of the movie, and
it's
they
a
go.
big.
"Boo-doo-boo-doo,
No, I'm talking about
boo-doo-doo."
the new one.
Oh.
When they're walking off the ice after Sub-Zero fought,
Oh yeah.
you can see it's like fabric they threw down, like how it moves and stuff.
Snow. I don't know. I have to see.
No,
You have to show me.
You have to see. It's like a
I have
rug.
to- I
They
bet.
just-
I
they
hope
should-
it's obvious.
They should have cut an angle so you didn't see that.
Or just cut the feet.
Uh,
Yeah. What'd you think of the last fight? What'd you think of the last fight, John?
Okay, so why does that all happen?
Because
Why does Scorpion just come out of nowhere at the end? And why? Okay, here's the thing too. I gotta ask you this. I think me and you've talked about it. Why? And I'm gonna go to basically John about it.
That's fine.
Why was Sub-Zero the
Whatever.
big bad guy?
Because
I feel like he's never been that big of a bad guy.
he's one of the more.
And I'm asking
I
John.
know. I know.
Just popularity.
You think so? I
think
mean,
so.
normally, like, because like they made it like, God, their fucking meetings annoyed me when they're like, "We're gonna take him on. You're gonna take this guy. You're gonna take that." I fucking hated that.
Because of
And-
the lore, those two are like they're rival
And at the
clans.
end, what's his fucking name? Cody.
Cole.
Cole's like, we'll all come back together and we'll face Sub-Zero together. So I was like, you need 5 motherfuckers to take on Sub-Zero?
No, they should have honestly have just been like, we need 5 motherfuckers to take on Shang Tsung. I mean,
That makes sense.
that doesn't make sense.
But Sub-Zero, I thought, wasn't that powerful. Like, he's powerful, but... Oh, man. So, anyways, I got to get back to something else. So, anyways, you just think it's popularity?
Yeah, I think it's popularity.
But what about the whole fact that they have, Arcanus?
Arcana.
Arcana?
Arcana?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that.
No.
That's
Why does Cole get, like, a fucking Power Ranger suit that comes out?
Because he gets beat up a lot.
I thought he was going to turn into Aquaman, honestly.
Dude, that was Aquaman.
Oh,
Like,
was it Aquaman?
and it's, like, the right time, which, again, that's sense of disbelief. I'm okay.
Suspense of, not sense of disbelief.
Suspense of disbelief. I'm okay for it to be that moment where like, oh, it triggers now, because some people are like, oh, very convenient. Writing wise, that's
It's an
kind of
anime thing as to when
right.
you need it most.
Yeah, like when Thor's
normal
like,
thing.
what god are you? And it's like thunder. He fucking finds it. So that's fine with me. But then once I saw his power, I was like, what the fuck?
Well, you got a tonfa
Well,
and
his
a little
pa-
spear.
His
a little
power is
sword.
that
And then
he can get
pulls
it
out-
beat up.
He pulls out 2 of the defense weapons.
That's what he
right?
said. A
Yeah.
Tomfun, like a
It's funny.
pointed Tomfa.
It's their defense weapons, so it just is weird.
He's
to
a
me.
defend. That's what he does, though. Remember, he always gets beat up.
Raph
charging up the-
uses
That's what I'm saying.
size.
That's not a.
Those are defense weapons. They're meant to take away swords.
Parry weapons.
Okay, don't talk to me about
I-
GTAs, bro. I know how GTAs work.
But Elektra makes them sharp and shit, so like she can use them as offense and defense.
Well, I mean, even if they're not that sharp, you can still probably just stab somebody. with a
Michelangelo,
side.
or I mean Raphael, my boy, can't use them like that because it's for kids. But yeah, I just
Not in my
once he
version.
got that power, and then Sonya kills Kano.
Yeah, I know.
And then she
with the
gets
guard and
she get-
gnome.
She gets the mark.
Why is she helping him in the first place? Just because she's Jack's homie? Is that it?
Yeah, but what told John earlier is you could literally have explained like a bunch of that shit without using Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been like, Jack said, instead of being recovered by the monks, he was recovered by the military and has experimental military technology or some crap, right?
And
Sonya's got bracelets.
Who built the robot arms on him?
He did. The Arcana built the bigger ones. They built them on top of the little ones. Did you miss that part? That's what I'm saying.
I saw he was on the table and he had the small
And then he's got the
arms.
small arms, and then Kano lasers off the thing. It falls on him and Sonya, and he's like, can't help Sonya up because he has the weak
Yeah,
arms.
and then
he
all of a
finally-
sudden it's like perfect timing.
But you could have just given him experimental technology.
It
You
was,
could have
it
said
was
Sonya's-
dope when it came onto him because it was very Power Ranger and Transformer. It's like they all start coming out,
That was
and it
weird.
it was all like
I did not like that.
futuristic.
No, I agree with John.
But
And also,
I didn't care.
Also, why do they need the Arcana to have powers when Sub-Zero just has powers?
I don't know.
And
I don't.
Sub-Zero,
remember,
remember,
like
Sub-Zero's
mutants,
not
like
Sub-Zero's not Shang Tsung's
they
from
unlock it.
Outworld.
Like mutants unlock when they hit puberty. So it feels like with them they unlock it at a certain point. And it was really stupid because Sonya's like kills Kano, and then she gets the fucking tattoo, which I think is weird that it passes on. But if you kill another person with a tattoo, do you start leveling up
That's
your
what I'm-
tattoos?
like
You could have just
Highlander.
given her. You could have just given her like laser power
But the
bracelets. You
scene-
didn't have to give
Sonya
her a
gets
power
all
to shoot
Power Ranger.
lasers.
She gets all Power Ranger, and she's all like, like, I don't know, but it was like a dumb line, and I'm just like, ugh.
Kano got his eye scratched. Really? You couldn't just give him a metal eye. You had to like give him an Arcana.
Well, he was
to give him
already
laser.
like that, right?
No.
When they found him, he had the
lizard
scars.
scratches his eye.
He has the scars, though.
No, Reptile scratches his eye.
Oh, I thought he had scars.
And I
before
was
that.
like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Reptile would scratch his eye because now he's gonna need a replacement eye, which
just
is gonna
like
be the
Samuel
laser.
Jackson getting
Which
his
is
scar
gonna be
last
the
time he
laser
trusted
eye.
someone.
A cat?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
the
was a
dumbest
boy.
setup payoff. I like to think he only said that to be cool,
Yeah,
just to be like intimidating.
Yeah.
And be like last bush.
and it's supposed to be a joke. Like, yeah, a cat scratched you.
There's like two guys that have been in Shield forever, and the water cooler guy's like, yeah, don't let him give you a hard time. That scratch is a cat.
You know, Fury over there.
Yeah.
The scratch. No, it was a cat.
It was a cat.
I mean, it was a flurkin, but it was a cat.
It was a cat. You don't know what a flurkin is. I've been in the business for like 20
I mean,
years.
what level are you?
Oh.
Oh, you're 4? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
7. Just a dick, Jules.
Dude, I'd love to see an Office Space style, like, working at S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah, it'd be
That'd
great.
be so good.
I'm
I'm gonna need you to ship these nuclear missiles to this country. If you could get on that right away, that'd be great.
That'd be great. I'd be like, as much as he wants me to, I really don't want to touch nuclear missiles.
And then they go out and they're like, what in this scenario? What did they go beat up?
What would they destroy? Probably like the
You seen Office
Tesseract.
Space, right?
No, who?
Office Space.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
They go beat up the fax machine in Office Space. They probably beat up
They
the
just beat up
Tesseract or
one
some
AIM
shit.
agent. They just find
No,
one.
I think they'd find like a fucking orb or something. There's like this thing's caused because they. How long do they hold the Tesseract?
They're just beating the eye of Agamotto.
Remember the Tesseract? They were working on it for
Kids.
years when Loki
What's
comes
the
out.
song
and
they
steals
use
it.
that?
Damn it! Oh no! Fuck! I can't remember. It's Hella Thug.
You're gonna have to put it in right here.
I forgot what it is, but it's Hella Thug. But I know it's. I know.
They do a good.
I don't think it's
spoof.
Damn It
They do a
Feels
good
Good to
spoof
Be a
in.
Gangster.
We were talking about that. Remember that robot album in Family
Oh,
Guy?
yeah,
They do a
yeah,
spoof with that. in
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
I love that he like
he
walks
flipped
away
the
and then he
bat.
comes back.
But anyway, so
Not finished with you yet.
the ending. How did you guys feel about the whole?
I had goosebumps when he said, "Get over here." I'm
Uh,
sorry.
How'd you feel about the end fight? Was it climactic? Was it good?
I think you could probably just erased Cole, and I would have enjoyed it more.
Yes,
but I still enjoyed it.
agree
I
with
think
that,
Cole
man.
just needed to be a different
Dude,
character.
he pulled him to the fucking.
I don't think.
railing. It
I don't
was
think.
sick.
I think with Street
he pulled his blood out.
Mortal Kombat, they shouldn't have really dealt with the real world. It should have. I mean, I know that's Sonya and Jax kind of thing, and Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage is literally the real world, like the TV show and everything.
But him being Cole being in the real world and all that stuff, I think if we circled or centered around a character that was, yeah, fish out of water, but more so distant from the city and stuff like that. I don't know. Someone that's like on
Also-
their own, that's a monk or some shit.
This-
But use a character. There's a lot of characters you
This
could use.
thought popped in my head. Do you think? How do you think Sub-Zero knew to go back to the gym?
I don't
Right,
know.
he sets up the gym for fucking.
So
Cole.
that had cool visuals of when they're in the car. Sub-Zero's just standing there, like haunting that looked cool. I didn't mind Sub-Zero, like his vibe and all that.
They ruined the best. The other problem is they ruined the best part of the fight in the trailer. When he when Sub-Zero stabs him, then pulls the blood out of him, and then stabs him, then throws him through the ice wall. That's like the best. That's like in-game Mortal Kombat stuff. You can do that.
There's a lot of cheesy lines that I don't mind.
Kano
wins and fatality.
Kung Lao. Flawless victory.
They're trying to be nostalgic, like.
Well,
I don't.
He says your soul.
I don't mind that, but I just get mad when people do it in other superhero movies, Power Rangers, other things like that, and people are like, "Oh, that was so dumb of a throwback."
The problem was Power Rangers didn't do it enough.
They did a few.
No,
things.
Make Monster Girl. I loved that part. I didn't like her design.
Her design sucked.
They fucked up Goldar,
and
I can't get over it.
And the fact that when they play the kind of original Power Ranger song when they're running sideways, Lucas was like, "Oh my god!"
All the
really?
design, but
I was like,
fine.
"But that's like throwback."
That's Lucas's issues. My issues is if you're gonna pick something like Power Rangers, I'm not talking Mortal Kombat.
That's my
Mortal
hill to
Kombat
die on.
Mortal Kombat could be serious and funny. It can be both. That's why Johnny Cage exists, right? When you're picking Power Rangers as a base concept, isn't funny. It's campy. It's all in. And if you're going to show me a movie about Power Rangers, I want the movie to be a little bit more. I want to see a giant golden purple monkey. God damn it.
I feel you.
I paid for that. I want to see it.
I feel like, though, Mortal Kombat can be campy, but it's just we look over it because of all the blood and all the...
I'm okay with things being campy, though.
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't... It's kind of funny. I laughed more when those scenes came up where it was like... fatality or whatever, but it was kind of like...
I have notes. I forgot. I actually brought
I like the when they're training and Kano kept on getting foot sweeped by... that was funny.
That made me think of the video game. Because
that was really
people
cool.
would do that and just spam that.
Yeah.
And then
is that all you know how to do?
You can do that.
And then he tries to get out of it and he does it again. Totally exactly what people did.
He jumps. He doesn't sweep the leg, and in the air, Kano's like, fuck. Because he knows he's going to land and eat it again. So I want to talk about my note. I wrote a couple notes during this. I saw Kodo Khan was in this movie. They show a picture of him, which is crazy. He's a more recent character, but it's cool because on Outworld they have all these different cultures, and one of them is like an Aztec culture.
I've been loving Aztec culture.
It's great.
I was writing
Kodo Khan's design's great.
Side note, I was writing a comic with Levi, who's been on here before, and on the HeroClix videos. And we were doing stuff with all the gods, and
it's so primitive yet so advanced.
I looked up Aztec stuff, and fuck, dude, there's so many cool gods in the. Granted, I don't know if the gods really existed, but the gods and the storylines behind them and stuff are really.
Better be careful what you say around Montezuma,
dude. It's nuts. But anyways, go ahead.
Nightwolf is also makes an appearance.
Oh fuck, where's Nightwolf?
He's
the Indian guy, right?
Yeah,
Native American.
This is the problem when they
with the white. He has a white wolf too, as well with him. Correct?
He's got a. Well, nowadays it's like a spirit wolf, a spirit bear, and a spirit hawk. He's got different levels because that's how the new game mechanics work. But you see, Sony's talking about we've seen this throughout history, and when she's showing all the pictures, and as she goes past the pictures, Outworld has got other races, and then you see a picture of Kodo Khan. Then she's like, how did I miss this? Earth heroes throughout the decades, and then it shows a picture of Nightwolf.
Oh yeah, Sonya was 100% wasted.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you get back.
Kano took Shinnok's amulet, and I know you don't know what that means, and I texted you when I saw that. So you know who Shinnok is?
One of the other sorcerers.
No, Shinnok is one of the elder gods. He's the evil one.
Okay.
And he's trapped in his amulet. He's the whole reason.
Was that when they're in a temple?
Yeah. Kano takes the thing.
Could that possibly bring him back to life?
That's what tends to do that.
Oh.
And in the games, at one point, Raiden, you can't kill Shinnok because he's a god. He's even beyond Raiden. He's an elder god. But Raiden decapitates him, puts him in another world, and takes his amulet, and Raiden becomes evil, which is a great story.
Mm-hmm. Is this story in the games is how you know it, or is there books?
Well, it's mainly the games.
Because I don't think I've ever. I'm a comic book guy. I don't think I've seen I've seen Street Fighter comics. I don't think I've ever seen Mortal Kombat comics. That's the thing
with there are Mortal Kombat comics.
Is there?
Yeah, but that's the thing also with video games is because they're video games. Most of the lore we have are in the games. You just got to read it,
and you got to play through it,
or you got to listen to it. You got to play through it. But him taking that could easily set up for another movie.
Is there anything?
But now Kano's dead, and I'm like, what the fuck? But Kano got stabbed in the eye, which means him getting a robot eye is not out of the picture. He may not be fully dead.
Is there anything that they've released video game wise you guys would know better than me. That's non-canon. That they're like, yeah, that's not part
Well,
of the
they
story.
they rebooted the whole universe.
Are you talking about when they do the future one? Or
So
no?
okay, so once they after Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, I believe Shao Kahn
I was thinking it's Shere Khan.
Shao Kahn ends up in a fight with like a big battle, or this is like Mortal Kombat Apocalypse, I think, or something like that. Basically, the Earthrealm and Outworld end up in an all-out brawl. Everybody dies except for Raiden and Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn's about to kill Raiden, so Raiden, using his divine powers, sends a vision to himself in the past, being like, "This is what's gonna happen." So when MK9 starts up, they restart the entire, They restart the entire.
I like your notes, Johnny Cage, baby.
Baby.
I was gonna use your internet for something real quick, but go ahead.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. You got me distracted with Johnny
Sorry.
Cage.
You're talking about them resetting everything.
Oh yeah, they reset it. MK9 is
So
the
when
first
did
Mortal
MK9
Kombat.
come out?
MK9 came out in like 2012, I think, or something like that.
So it's been some
the
years.
it's basically retelling the first game. So it's a
and
retelling.
that's how they rebooted it.
Yes.
Was that he
sent a vision back to himself in the past. So he makes different decisions.
So how many MKs have come out?
And then
since?
there's MK10, which
X,
is
right,
or X, yeah,
Right.
which is, I believe that one they try to. When you play it, you get to see all the Mortal Kombat events. That there are some events that have that happened in the past games that still happen in this timeline. So you get to see I think Motaro kills somebody or something like that. Because eventually Outworld just straight up invades. They skip basically in Mortal Kombat X, they do the plot of I think 3 or 2, and they just skip the whole tournament. They just invade, and so there's a huge battle in New York, and a bunch of people get killed and stuff like that. But eventually, it kind of focuses around Johnny Cage, Sonya coming together, realizing they have stuff in common, falling in love. Then they have a kid. I just
don't think people would ever date Cage, but I guess Miz
But
got Maurice.
the thing is, he becomes
Miz
more
had
mature.
Maurice. Okay.
Sonya makes him more mature, and in the most. Actually, no, I had that backwards. I'm sorry. In MKX,
Cage makes
Cage
her-
has a baby.
Cage makes her more mature, and he has a baby.
No.
You got it backwards.
No, I had the games backwards. MK9, I'm sorry. MK9 goes with the first 2 games, I believe. It's the first 2 plots. And then MK10 is its own plot because it follows the kids. It follows
That's Sonya and Cage's son.
daughter.
Daughter.
Cassie Cage.
Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
So that
Jax's
was recently,
daughter?
though, right? That
Yeah.
was within a few years ago.
Well, no, because they continue on to Mortal Kombat 11, the most recent one.
When did that come out?
That's the most recent one. That was 2018. You bought that one for me.
Okay. And that one has where you could download Terminator.
Yeah, but they did that for the past 3 games. They had
Right.
cool characters.
Now, can we expect Terminator
No.
in the movie?
But
they have Predator too, right?
But I hope if we ever get an Injustice movie, we do see Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden, because they all show up in that universe. In canon.
That'd be cool.
In canon, they show up in that universe. They have unique dialogue. And in the Mortal Kombat 11 game, when you fight Raiden and Sub-Zero, they talk about their experience. Do you remember a vague existence on another world with a Dark
weird.
Knight? Yes, and a Superman. Isn't that crazy?
That's weird.
Yeah, because Scorpion's also
So that's
in
where
the
we're.
first Injustice.
That's
game.
where we're all up to then,
Basically.
games wise.
In games wise, but
I didn't like Raiden in the movie,
Yeah, I did.
no,
He didn't have
Chris
charisma.
Lambert is way better.
Yeah.
and then we had 2 different white Raidens. So I think that's what people wanted to see, an Asian one.
No.
Raiden's not. The thing is, in the video games,
I literally saw someone complaining with the picture.
Raiden's
They're like,
not
"Look at Raiden
white."
whitewash."
I mean,
or whatever.
Raiden's not
Not
Asian.
Asian.
He's white,
Yeah.
Is he?
and not really because he's a god. But
I love
he
the
looks
first one
like
from Highlander.
Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like.
First one from Highlander, I feel like he had charisma, and
Yeah,
this
Christopher-
one,
it's Christopher Lambert.
Yeah,
this
Chris
one,
Lambert.
this one was like an asshole. He
Yeah.
was kind of dickish to them. And then I don't know. And then the main bad guy was that
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung, dude.
That could be my
Okay.
dad.
Yeah, Michael Scott. Shang Chung.
That's right, Dad.
I
You
feel
look like
I'm being
Michael
racist
Scott.
'cause
This
I
is
can't
on the
say it
internet
right.
now forever. Sorry, I didn't tell that.
Shang Tsung was probably the most miscast character for me because he was tiny and small. He never felt like a threat. There was not one moment.
He's not like a big intimidating guy though.
Dude, it's the looks, it's the vibe.
He's got to look evil and menacing.
Let's go back to the
he doesn't
Mortal
have
Kombat. Okay.
That is the
Just think of the Mandarin.
I know, but you gotta have something where this guy could fuck up my life. When he talked and stuff with his fucking wig of long hair that wasn't his, it just felt like, dude, you are not scaring me one bit. You want someone that could own the screen, you know? And I get it, they weren't hiring the best actors and stuff like that.
That's what he looks like in the new games, which is exactly what he looks like in the movies. They get the same.
Yeah,
they get the same.
That
guy.
looks nothing like the guy that was playing
old him.
And that's,
see, I would have preferred an old Shang Tsung with the beard, right?
Like, dude, if you look menacing and shit, that works. This guy was a baby face, not scared dude.
And the thing is, he didn't use his disguise. Like he didn't.
Yeah, he can transform
he didn't
shape.
That's
his gimmick.
Other people.
See, I don't even know that. He might as well.
That would have been a great way to be like, oh yeah, look. We just referenced Rain and Smoke and all the other ninjas. Like, he could have just transformed into one of them, and that would have been like, oh shit, Rain.
He didn't do any
or,
of
oh
that.
shit, Fujin.
Do we have? Is there origins to all those guys? I don't
Yes.
want us to get deep into it, but
yes,
like all the different.
Rain is
Because they're all the different. They're all in the Scorpion outfit, and they just repainted.
A lot of them, yeah, but a lot of them get their stories later. The main ones that get stories are Scorpions, both Sub-Zeros. Because remember, there are 2 Sub-Zeros. Everybody there, class, there are 2 Sub-Zeros. There's a Bi-Han and a Kuai Liang.
When's Kuai Liang come?
When Bi-Han dies. So that's what I'm telling you.
So
the
now,
next movie I want to see in this series is a movie about Kuai Liang trying to redeem the Lin Kuei, which is what he does in the games. And then he puts him in conflict.
So do we ever see the old one come back?
Hear me out.
Oh, he's a robot one.
That's Cyrax. He's Noob Saibot. He's the spirit. He's the shadow one. He's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Noob Saibot, the black ninja. Like the all, like not even like wearing black costume because that's Smoke. He's like black. Like in the games, he's literally like somebody just color dumped Scorpion's character model, all one color.
He's just all black.
He's just a black figure. And he's
Smoke. How much difference does Smoke look to him?
Smoke
Gray
is
mask,
kind of more gray. He's a lighter. But Smoke gets expanded.
Is there fighting abilities pretty similar, like kin to Ryu? Like they're just a little bit different.
It depends on the iterations, and no, they tend to as the games have gone on, they've expanded what each character kind of does. Scorpion, you got to think of it. Scorpion, Sub-Zero are the original Ninja Swap palettes, right? They play nothing alike.
Yep.
You know, Sub-Zero closes distance by freezing his opponent and jumping towards him. I got to unlock my phone if you want to use it.
Put it on the internet.
Okay.
And check the time for me. My glasses.
It's 8:36.
No, how long we've been running.
Oh.
What is Shang? What does Shang Tsung say when he's like something? Is that when he says?
No, your soul is mine.
That is just.
Well, first he grabs his brother and goes, "Your brother's soul is mine."
That's just great fucking moment.
And they get that guy to come back for the video game.
Marvel.
But
Mortal Kombat.
oh my god, the movie I want to see, John, is Kuai Liang trying to redeem the Lin Kuei, and by picking up the name Sub-Zero, he puts himself back in conflict with Scorpion, and
But there's no more Scorpion. Is Scorpion back?
He's still probably back in hell.
Yeah, he's back in hell, right?
God, that guy's a fucking amazing actor. I loved it.
Yeah.
I love Scorpion.
But Scorpion, that's what happens.
Like I
Scorpion
said-
drags, in the first game, Scorpion drags Sub-Zero into hell, kills him, and Quan Chi kind of like pats him on the back, and eventually
the
Quan Chi
whole-
reveals that he was the one behind it all, and then he like sets up to kill Scorpion and reabsorb his powers, and Scorpion escapes. So I would say Sub-Zero, Kuai Liang, who was Tundra, picking up that name Sub-Zero, just hearing that name would make Scorpion mad. So Scorpion would come back, and they'd fight a bit. You know, they'd go back and forth for a while, and you can kill Scorpion because he's a Revenant, so you could have Kuai Liang.
Can he just come back?
Yeah, you could have Kuai Liang kill him.
So my thing is,
He'd just come back.
With the whole Cole thing in the story, they had to have him at the end with Scorpion. I feel like he was just in the way. I feel like watching
That's what I'm saying.
Michael
I'd
Jordan.
rather just see this.
Michael Jordan, and then like some guy trying to like go pass me the rock, and it's like, dude, like, what are you doing? And then they had to freeze his wife and kid, which happened to Scorpion. So it was a nice mirror idea.
Yeah.
But they should have died because it was exactly what happened.
Sure. I mean, you can make an argument like,
he just sat there and kept punching the ice.
yeah, but you could also make the argument like different eras, I guess. Like they
The
were
ice
wearing
doesn't work the most.
they were wearing warmer clothes.
They had thermals on underneath.
But
But
I want to finish
that was the
my
thing
movie
that
prop
mainly.
though.
I know, but I'm trying to cover the movie.
I know. Let me finish. I'm almost at the end of this fucking movie prompt. Okay,
This
John.
guy thinks we have execs watching.
All right. So they fight for a bit, right? Basically, the climax comes that they have to eventually reconcile their differences. Scorpion comes to the realization that he's not the same person as his brother, but Noob Saibot has really been fucking with everybody all along because he's one of Quan Chi's minions. So basically, Quan Chi's using him as a way to assassinate both guys at the same time. So they have to team up to fight Noob Saibot. And who's Noob Saibot? He's Bi-Han. He's basically... Whoa, he's the original Sub-Zero. But then they get together and they have... It's like Batman versus Superman, where they punch a little bit and then they're mates.
And then they find out their moms.
Martha. You're Japanese and I'm Chinese. How is our mother's name is Martha?
We have to wrap it up soon, but I was going to show you... Did you see what I showed you?
The Mortal Kombat guys are making a Marvel fighting game?
Yeah.
Which only can lead me to one thing. Give me the crossover. Give me the Marvel versus DC crossover.
They're gonna. Oh yeah, that's
give me
right.
the Marvel versus DC
DC's
crossover.
been in it.
Give me some hero clicks.
Dude, I would die for like
it's
a Mortal Kombat.
I don't know if I have my Street Fighter ones anymore.
I do.
But I think I do. I just don't know where. But
oh yeah, folks, we play a game called HeroClix. I don't know if you've really ever talked about this.
I advertised earlier that Donnie's our arch enemy on there too, and that I could put a click if they want to watch that game because we do everything on this page.
A click.
A link they could click
with an X.
People are talking about playing the Street Fighter characters now with the new rules.
Oh God, no!
Because you might be able to make them a little bit better, but I don't think so.
No.
But wouldn't you like to see a Scorpion with TK? Like
over here.
He makes a ranged attack and then he brings him over to him.
I smell our old show.
I remember Clicks to Flicks.
Clicks to Flicks, but might be have to do a video. Oh, it's a movie.
No, I think we still a video game. Because you can make Cabal, he could have hypersonic speed. Well, he can't, but he can kind of.
We could pick from all the movies. To make
Shang Tsung could be shifting focus with any of the ninjas. It's the beginning of the game.
It's hard to make the characters now with the new rules because you got to think about that. Because they have to have willpower.
Dude, a Shao Kahn clip could be sick, though.
Power Cosmic?
No.
No?
Nobody's Power Cosmic except for, like, Raiden would be protected out wit, even though he's kind of dumb. Raiden's kind of dumb. He's kind of dumb for a god.
He's hypersonic. You can give him hypersonic.
He'd get some like Thor love.
No, he get phase
like
and
lightning.
Yeah, you get some lightning stuff.
He's got hypersonic.
No. No.
It's hypersonic.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what John said.
I would like the idea that Scorpion also can, towards the end of his click, fade into the nether realm and appear in another part and attack.
There are clicks that let you move after attacking. You could like leave and go somewhere else.
Ice Clone Sub-Zero, where you have the Sub-Zero rare, and then
people
you
are
have
like,
what the fuck?
They already left when you start pitching your story. Now we're talking hero clicks we'd make.
Then they're coming back.
Whatever.
I'm reeling them back.
Hopefully they enjoyed our crazy.
Let me make that movie if you're listening.
Our rigged up podcast today. Because of
our jerry rigged.
Sorry for Paul. Paul was going to be on here. I was excited to have him. I think it was just a miscommunication, and it's my fault always. And Lucas not being here sucks.
Which is also his fault always.
We wish he was.
He scared him away.
But it was good. Tran was here. I didn't expect Tran when I walked in.
I expect Tran to walk out halfway through this whole thing.
When I walked.
Let's give it a round of applause for Tran.
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
It's okay.
You can wear your glasses. I can't see far away, but I like to have my glasses.
The thing is, you can't have the glasses on with those giant headphones.
Well, I don't like to. I sweat.
Just turn them like this. You look like Geordie LaForge.
Cyclops. We're gonna have to do something with. He looked like he was in what is those mystery rooms where they're trying to they're in the dark and they're trying to find like clues. On the wall.
Like the kind of like the Fear Factor thing where you're blindfolded and you gotta feel around.
Speaking of Cyclops, we're gonna have to do something with the animated series.
Oh yeah.
I'm just showing Declan that X-Men,
it's so bad.
which X-Men is really great. They have really good stories in the animated
series. The X-Men
series.
Animated series.
The old one?
The old one.
The 91? You didn't like it? I don't know.
Oh, no. The animated series.
The animated series.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought you were talking about that, like, the one that those...
They did a lot of them. They had Wolverine, the X-Men, X-Men Evolution. There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a Wolverine, the anime.
Yeah.
I guess.
There is.
But I was talking about the OG I watched like in 92. But I just started showing it to him. And it's funny because the dialogue is really bad. The stories are pretty good. Like what's going on.
It's comic accurate, I'll give it that.
But it's
like it has the comic characters. You've got a bunch of this. It's like normal, like 90s people all dressed in 90s clothes, except for there's these fuckwits in this building all dressed in like 1800s garbs, thinking they're
that's
some
when
sort
they're
of
that's when they're the Hellfire. The Hellfire look like all their like soldiers are dressed as like George Bush. Basically,
that was a good episode.
The Inner Circle.
Yeah, Inner Circle.
It's pretty funny because they all start turning on each other because they're like, Jean Grey's mine. Oh, Jean Grey's mine.
And fucking what's his
and
name?
Leland's fat
Leland
ass
gets like one word in.
sits in the back and doesn't do shit. But
Except for he sinks Wolverine all the way to the bottom, which is comic accurate.
yeah, it happens in
Which
the comic.
is cool.
They did a lot of stuff where they
What else
copied.
was I? I was there for the bit of the Mr. Sinister episode too.
Yeah, you had to learn about Morph because Morph was
Oh
invented.
yeah, this one's for you, Morph. That's gonna be on my fucking tombstone. It says,
They
"This
had
one
it.
is
They
for you,
had
Morph."
to invent a character to die, basically. But then they brought him back with Sinister.
He
It
just
was
killed
weird.
him in the first episode. Second episode?
First episode.
First episode.
Actually, no, yeah, it was first. It was first because it was a two-parter, but I can't remember if. But regardless,
Also, the Shi'ar in there.
The sister happened to be around the mansion during that time
Yeah.
and grabbed the morph.
oh yeah,
happened.
they show like it's like 3 seasons later. They show
Is it
or
just, like-
two, maybe second season.
It's like Mr. Sinister.
they show Sinister's like near that compound and like he takes Morph's body and like yeah.
So he's like in full like
Yeah.
Mr. Sinister
Yep.
costume.
Yeah.
He's just throwing Morph over his back. Oh,
Another mutant to work.
I'll
on.
get this out of here.
Gonna throw him in the shop.
Just throws
That's
him
why I
back in his
said we
pickup
gotta do
truck and just
something.
drives
We gotta
away.
do something with the anime series because there's a lot of funny things to talk about because there's a lot of stuff they do,
Gorgeous George, baby.
and I'm just like, holy shit, Ro killed that person. Like she pulls like a pole out of the ground and she throws out the what's it, Friends of Humanity or whatever.
Also,
they're
I
called.
can't tell you how many times Cyclops takes his glasses off and is like, "Oh, I can see now." It happens to him like every episode. He's like in someone's mind and now he can see. He's like on Sinister's island. It's like
They're just it's just weird.
it's like the number one thing I see with Cyclops is like to show that the X-Men's powers are off. It's Cyclops taking his glasses off, nothing else. Because none of the
I
X-Men are
can
like.
see again.
It's like what the fuck?
Wolverine, you're
Yeah,
Wolverine,
he
gives him,
just
Wolverine
punches
gives
him,
him the
and he's
best
got a-
punch in the episode. After
Wolverine's
Morph
got a
dies.
fucking Jeep.
Yeah, he just drives his
Turned
Jeep.
into a convertible.
Well, he cut Cyclops' car.
Yeah, that's
Tell
so
Psych I made a convertible. And it's like, where are you going? Don't worry about it. I go where I want to go. And he's like,
I'm
takes
gonna
off in his
send you
Jeep.
back to Oz,
and he just,
Tin Man, in
no,
pieces.
I always say that wrong. Hey, Tin Woodsman,
Oh, hey, Tin Woodsman.
I'm going to send you back to Oz in pieces.
God, that show sucks.
But he's on like the cliff and he's just squatting and he's thinking about Morph. He's like, Morph.
And that's where the classic meme comes from.
Should've-
Of
I
him
should have
also
been there
texting a
for
picture.
you. Oh, you saw that part too.
love that
Where he's looking
meme.
at the meme where he's like, Gene.
He's like he's like Wolverine's like laying in bed in full costume with the picture of Jean just stroking it. It's so weird. It's
And everyone
like,
uses that
why?
meme to put a picture of something.
Of just anything.
But
like
it's
you
it's
like
just
or
bad. The whole Gene thirstiness. I cracked right now. The whole Gene.
Dude, Levi was telling me in House X they live in like they have like one home they all three of them live in, and their room they're DPing.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my god! I gotta look that up.
they're DPing Jean Grey.
It's just one of the worst lines is when he's like doing karate and she's like, "You should rest." He's like, "I don't want to," or whatever. And he falls over and she's
it's
like,
like shouldn't your healing factor work like?
"I know."
He's just trying to cop a feel.
She's like, "I need to go. Scott needs me." He's like,
I need.
no, but he goes like, "So do I." Like hella hurting and shit. I'm like, Wolverine, you little bitch. You're a little.
At least they didn't make him Australian.
That's true. His voice is great in that. But yeah. So, anyways, that's about it. We're gonna have to talk about that another time because we go on all day, and you haven't seen that many episodes to be honest with you.
No.
You probably only saw like 4 or 5. But
But this one's for you, Morph.
But yeah,
That's how I'm gonna end the podcast. No, that's a lie. But I should.
I know how you're gonna end it because you're gonna do it right now. Thank you guys for watching. We missed everybody that didn't come. Hopefully, this comes out good and.
That's a podcast? We're shooting at Dutch angle this week.
I know I got an hour, took it out of it with the Pokemon training.
Taken out of it.
Taken out of it, so at least know we can do an hour.
Is that the spoof film taken?
Yeah. Taken out of it. Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.